Okay, so yeah, to continue on with my other video, I think I'm pretty much done with talking about my trip. I mean, like I said, we didn't do anything too exciting. I would have liked to gone to, it's like an amusement park on an island, but they weren't open because obviously it's still a little cold for that. We didn't end up going to any museums either, which sucks. I kind of lost the whole day because after St. Patrick's Day, like the next day, the entire day I was hungover. I think from like that day on was when I started getting sick. Probably because, you know, the alcohol weakens your immune system thing. But, I probably ended up getting sick from that. Plus, my liver is already kind of, they're already kind of messed up as it is. And, it takes me a bit longer to recover from drinking than it would for most people. Yeah, like, the next day, like, I had maybe, like, 18 shots, and the next day at, like, noon or whatever, I was still drunk. Well, not drunk, but I was still feeling it, and, yeah. And then I get really, really bad hangovers now, which sucks, but I don't really drink that much anymore as it is anyway. What I was saying. Oh yeah, well anyway, once I was talking about my tattoo before I went back to that, but yeah, so once I get my tattoo finished, I have a bunch of other ideas that I finally like want to move on and do those, cause I don't really want to start one tattoo and then, you know, not have that one done and go on to another, even though I already did that, but I just want to get this one done and focus on this one before I start hopping around to other tattoos, because then this one will definitely never get done. Forgot what else I was going to say. I don't know. I'm kind of groggy today. On my way up to Canada on the bus, there was this little girl there, and I felt so bad for the people sitting behind her, because this girl, the entire trip, not like a little bit, she didn't take a nap or anything. This girl must have been maybe like 3 or 4. She didn't take a nap, nothing. And the thing was, to calm her down, her mother went and gave her candy, which would calm her down for like, you know, 5 minutes until she was done eating it, and then she'd go on another rampage. But this girl would not leave people alone. Like, she would be sitting there, and, you know, the girl behind her was trying to listen to her CD player or whatever she had, and she kept like hitting the girl's leg, and she's like, hey you, and, you know, the girl tried to humor her for a little bit, and after a while, because the little girl started hanging over the seats, like, so she was like almost like falling into the other people's laps that were sitting beside them, and the girl told her to stop, and then of course, you know, the girl starts wailing and crying, and that isn't any better than what she was doing beforehand. But God, it's another reason why I don't like kids. I mean, I guess kids aren't bad if you know how to handle them, but I don't think the mom took the best approach with how to raise her child. And yeah, so I just pretty much just listened to my iPod the whole way up there and slept. I was pretty lucky for the majority of both trips going back and up there. I ended up sitting by myself. I think there was maybe like 3 or 4 hours on each trip that I had to sit with somebody else, which, you know, if you think about it, like a 14-hour trip or however long it is, it's really not that bad. So I kind of lucked out with that one. Plus, I was like all the way in the back, the very, very back seat next to the bathroom, and when people were coming down, I'd just like pretend like I was super busy, and I'd give like angry looks, like that was my angry look, but no. Or, you know what else I found I was working? If you, you know, instead of just pretending you're busy or trying to look angry, which doesn't always work, if you go and like say you have a book bag or whatever and you put that in the seat next to you and you lean over it and you know like you're passed out, then usually most people, unless it's like the very last seat on the bus, most people will leave you alone. So that tends to work out pretty well too. However, I don't think I'm going to be taking the bus anymore anytime soon, ever. I'm going to, I guess, go get my passport, because if I was to take the plane, which honestly wouldn't cost that much more than the bus would, maybe like $100 more, I would get there in an hour and a half. Yeah. And I'd have one switchover. Whereas on the bus, it's not really two switchovers, but you still have to get off usually at Albany and wait for like 45 minutes. But, yeah, so I think I'm going to end up taking the plane. That'd be better. Gotta get my thing. Oh, plus they gave me shit going back into the border. Coming back into the States. Like, the lady started asking me these questions. She's like, so what high school did you go to? What middle school did you go to? It's like, I don't really see how these are relevant. And like, I guess she was trying to quiz me or something. She's like, what year was your father born in? And what year was your mom born in? Because I don't have my passport to get over the border, you need a photo ID and your birth certificate, which I had. You can still do that up until I believe June, and then you need a passport. But yeah, the woman was hassling me, and I was like, man, what is your damage? Hassling me. Because, I mean, going over the Canadian side of the border, it was real easy. There was just typical questions like, you know, hi, what's your reason for visiting? How long are you staying? Do you know anybody up there? Are you bringing over any alcohol or tobacco products? You know, the typical questions you get going over the border. But, like, this lady was just giving me shit for no reason. And, yeah. I don't know, I was kind of hoping they wouldn't let me back over, and I could be like, hey, yeah, sorry, I can't come back to the States. They won't let me back. Gotta stay up here in Canada. Bye. Give me an excuse. But, yeah, oh man, this video's getting long, too. I don't know if I'm gonna make a third one. I'm sure I'll find something else to ramble about. Yeah. I'm not sure when I'm moving up there anymore. It was gonna be, what month? May? Yeah. But I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. And my hair keeps going in my eyes. You see that one long piece? That is bothering me. I need to get a hair clip, and then I'll make another continuation. Part 3.